the pressure up. I don't quit. I don't fold under pressure. I'm the best, and I know I'm the best. And you know I'm the best.
My bad. Hold on. I had the mic on mute. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's going on with y'all? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with y'all? We got Ice Cold Cowboy. What's going on? We got Mike Aldana. We got Darnell Lamar in the chat. What's going on? Oh, man. We got Jay Battle in the building. What's going on with y'all, man? What's going on? So, we got a couple things to discuss today. I wanted to get on and talk with the people. Wanted to get on and talk with the people. You know, also, too, what's up, Joseph Sandberg? Shoot, for my boxing fans out there, too, which I might live stream. Shoot, we got Shakur and Tiafimo this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're going to keep it football talk, but for my boxing people, too, y'all know that I hold it down when it comes to that as well. I'm excited about that fight coming this weekend. But we got a lot of things to discuss today. You know, we got a lot of things to discuss. We're going to talk about the Seahawks Patriots Super Bowl. You guys know it's the rematch. It's the rematch, you know, from Russell Wilson throwing that damn pick on the goal line. We're going to talk about what else are we going to talk about? We talk about Mike McCarthy with the Steelers. You know, I was going to talk about Kevin Stefanski. Maybe I still will talk about Kevin Stefanski getting the Atlanta job. For my Cowboys faithful, we're going to talk about the Cowboys' new defensive hires. We're going to talk about what it looks like they're building towards. And, you know, then we're going to open it up for a live Q&A. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Joseph Sandberg, we gonna allow you too. We talk about the Senior Bowl too. I actually was gonna lump up the Senior Bowl talk based on what the Cowboys want to be able to build. So that's something cool too as well. So yeah, let's get into the show though, man. Let's get into the show. Let's talk about the Seahawks and the Patriots in the Super Bowl, which, you know, doesn't surprise me based on probably about the last month. I think those are your two best teams in the NFL. You know, I think that they're your best two teams in the NFL. Just based on how they've been playing with toughness, just based on the coaching, just based on the cultures, you know. Coming into this game, I think it's a 50-50 matchup. You know, you got two strong, tough football teams. And honestly, if you look at it, there's not many storylines outside of Sam Darnold really turning it around. And I had to ask this question to myself. Has there ever been a quarterback that was a bust that really got it back together? I'm going to leave that up to the chat. You know what I'm saying? Chat, y'all can tell me if y'all know of any quarterback that was considered a bust, like the way that it started for them, it wasn't ideal. They had to build themselves back up as a backup, and then they got their opportunity, and then they turned it into gold. You know, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. You know, Joseph Sandberg, yeah, Baker Mayfield, yeah, actually in the same class actually. So that's a good pull. That's a good pull right there. Ice Cold Cowboy says Patriots no joke. Let's show y'all comments out here. Patriots no joke, but Seattle knows that stadium in San Francisco for sure. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I don't know that there's an advantage for either team when it comes to the stadium for the Super Bowl. I honestly think it really comes down to who can win the moments. That's ultimately what the Super Bowl is always been about. What's up, JV? What's going on, my guy? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? It's not. The thing about the Super Bowl is it's about who can afford them damn tickets. Super Bowl tickets are not cheap. You know what I'm saying? They're not cheap at all. You might even run into more Seattle fans out there who decide to take the trip because some of them already take that trip anyway. So if that's what you mean, yeah, possibly. Ice Cold Cowboy said can't have the Patriots winning number 7 now. I mean, here's the thing about both teams that I wanted to talk about, right? Because we got a lot of Cowboy fans here that want to talk that football. That want to talk that football. That always want to talk that football. Love the fan base, bro. Absolutely love the fan base so much that I couldn't stay away, bro. So much that I couldn't stay away. Both teams rebuilt. They rebuilt what they had. They tore it down and rebuilt it. They tore it down, rebuilt it, and they're back. And it leads me to say that in the 30 years of the Cowboys' failures, I don't know that I've ever really seen them tear it down and rebuild it, except for when Bill Parcells was the coach. Bill Parcells did tear it down. He tore it down and rebuilt it for Wade Phillips. And I think that was the group, that was a window that you had the opportunity to really do something. Like that was a really tough team. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Dallas has done that enough within that 30-year stretch to where they're willing to rebuild it. I think part of that has to do with ticket sales. Who knows? But the Patriots built their team the right way, and they did it in 1 year. They did it in 1 year. I mean, maybe 2, but it took getting their coach, the coach, Mike Vrabel, which if you guys have been following me, you know that I wanted Mike Vrabel to be the coach. I wanted him to be the Cowboys coach as soon as they offered the vacancy. You know what I'm saying? Vrabel, man. Vrabel and what's the ex-Ravens coach that's the Seattle coach right now? And then if you look at Seattle, the defensive coordinator is Coach Dirty, who was in the Cowboys building. Him and D-Law. You know, it's hard to let go, but those guys are in the big dance. So shout out to them. Shout out to them. And so I don't know who has the true advantage here. But like if you ask me, I think Seattle is the better football team. Like if I had to put them, I know it's a 50-50 match, but I think Seattle is the better football team. I think they can do more. I think they can do more. You know what I'm saying? Just it's a slight edge, though. It's not like a huge edge because the Patriots can do just as much. I trust Sam Darnold at this point a little bit more than I trust Drake May. Not to say that Drake May is that far off. I just kind of look at how Seattle has handled the moments in the playoffs. And I look and I say, Sam Darnold actually won his team the game against the Rams. Like they had to score. They had to score points. You know what I'm saying? It became a shootout. It was a tough football game. It was a really good football game if you watched it. And Sam Darnold had to put his big boy pants on. And they had to put some points on the board. And they absolutely did that. You know what I'm saying? The Seahawks, they got the run game, but also the throws that needed to be made, those third and passing situations. Sam Darnold was able to do that last week. He was able to do that. And I got to take my hat off. Got to take my hat off to him for that. Got to take my hat off to him for that. So if I had to, I don't know what the betting odds for this game, but if I had to pick a team to win, I would go with the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks have been playing the best football out of anybody for the last month. And I can't help but look and say, you know, I don't think the Patriots played their best football last week. But I do think that maybe the Broncos defense was a little bit better. Maybe the Broncos defense is a lot better than what we thought. But that was a one possession game for a long time for a backup in there. And I can't help but to wonder if Bo Nix plays in that game if we're talking about the Broncos in Seattle for another rematch. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a Super Bowl situation too. And again, the Broncos have rebuilt. It's something in rebuilding and actually building your team the right way. So yeah, I think that I would take Seattle to be the slight favorite here. Y'all let me know in the chat who y'all got winning. Also, man, hit that like button, man. Hit that like button if you haven't already hit the like button. I'm curious to see in the chat. Go ahead if you had to bet money on it, who y'all got winning that game. Y'all let me know. I'm gonna give y'all this quick break. This quick break. I wish I had the Jeopardy noise. I wish I did. Okay, Sandberg says Seattle by one, I guess, possession. Mike Aldana says the Sea Chickens. The Sea Chickens. Okay, Ice Cold Cowboy got 200 on Seattle. All right, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. All right. JV boy, I can't help but wonder if Sean Payton had kicked the field goal instead of going for it on 4th and goal with the Broncos that won in OT. I don't know, but with the backup quarterback, and the way that game was going with defense and the weather, I just would have taken the field goal. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes these analytics and these coaches, they outthink themselves, even though he did a phenomenal job with that team this year. He did a phenomenal job with that team this year. Speaking of phenomenal jobs, the Pittsburgh Steelers job was up for grabs. It was up for grabs when Mike Tomlin stepped down. And so Mike McCarthy, with his crying ass, stepped on that podium and told you how much it meant for him to be the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach. How, now him and his family, they don't, they get to wear that merch proudly. Like, my man is super happy to be with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Super happy to be with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I know it's making my Cowboys family, I know it's making y'all upset. I'm not upset. I feel like the Cowboys got as much out of Mike McCarthy as they were going to get with the limitations that he was given. I don't completely blame Mike McCarthy, no. I don't completely blame him. Because, like we talked about, the Cowboys, when he was gone, could have easily just brought Vrabel in. But the Cowboys are afraid of they're afraid of bringing in real championship pedigree. They could have easily bought in a Ben Johnson and spent that money. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys want somebody at head coach that they can manipulate, right? They want a guy at head coach they can manipulate, or at least have some kind of, I don't want to bother you too much, but this is what I think should happen. That's what they want a head coach. I don't know. But beside that, though, man, let's give the Steelers their flowers. I know that a lot of people, I'm looking at the comments right now, don't think it's a good hire. I do think it's a good hire. I'll tell you why. I think that Mike understands the Pittsburgh Steelers fans. I think he does understand that. One thing I do know about Mike McCarthy is he likes to keep it football. That city loves just straight football, steel mill type stuff. A lot of fluff that you saw from Mike McCarthy was stuff that Mike McCarthy didn't want to do, answering dumbass questions that he didn't want to do. He just wants to coach football. Do I think it will lead to a Super Bowl for Pittsburgh? Probably not. But the actual fit of a head coach, of somebody who understands the dynamic of Pittsburgh, I do think it was a good hire. You know what I'm saying? Steeler fans, right? Steeler fans are really tough to please because it's like you want Mike McCarthy. I mean, you want Mike Tomlin gone because there were a lot of Steeler fans that wanted Mike Tomlin gone. There were a lot of Steeler fans that told you last year that George Pickens was going to crash out and that wasn't going to work out for the Cowboys. They're a very passionate fan base. Very passionate fan base. That's what they are. But just like similar to the Cowboys fan base, they don't know what they want. Mike Aldana said this, and I'm going to put this up here. Also understand, too, super chats are welcome. Super chats are welcome. And at the end of the show, too, we're gonna have a special reading for them unless it's something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's something crazy. But Mike Aldana says Mike McCarthy got the autonomy that he didn't get here in Dallas. And he will get that in Pittsburgh. He will get that in Pittsburgh. He will get the opportunity to build and have the accountability fall on him that it didn't happen in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're the coach in Dallas, they have to answer to so many different people. And I think that D-Law said it best when he talked about being tired, where he was pretty much alluding to all the other stuff that you got. Like every game for the Cowboys is a spectacle. Every game is the Super Bowl. You got to answer questions. You got to put on for the media. You got to, hee, ha, ha, this, that, blah, blah, blah. You got to dress it up a certain way. And then you got to go play a football game. The football game comes second. And so he don't got to deal with that in Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin used to give some of the most boring interviews possible. Used to give the most boring interviews possible. You know what I'm saying? So I do know that I think he wanted to try and squat on Lunda Wells. I think he did want to get Lunda Wells there. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, you talk about them. Mike McCarthy has landed some really good jobs in his tenure, guys. Let's talk about it. Packers, Cowboys, and now the Steelers. That's 3 of the biggest fan bases that you could deal with. The only fan bases I think he hadn't dealt with are maybe the Patriots. I think he was even at San Francisco at one point as a position coach. So Lee Commander said D-Law meant mentally tired. The Stars a cesspool. Absolutely. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And I think that it does wear on people. It definitely does. But when you can go somewhere and you can just kind of play football and worry about football and, handle your media obligations the way that you need to handle it without adding flair and stuff onto it and without having to deal with your owner / GM saying something that maybe you got to go back up. You the energy is focused on the right things. You know what I'm saying? It's focused on the right things. So I'm looking at the crowd, and the crowd is like, yeah, nah, we ain't buying the DMV. Mike McCarthy's terrible. It's a terrible hire. I feel y'all. So let's get to the Cowboys, though. Let's talk about the Cowboys. The Cowboys defensive staff is in build mode. And that being, they hired Ryan Smith, DB coach, out in Arizona, who had ties to Kirk Signetti. He had ties to, I want to say him and Christian Parker had worked together before. And so I like the hire. I also like that Dallas is entertaining Zach Orr as the linebacker coach. And did they hire the Pittsburgh outside linebackers coach? I can't remember if they did or not. But if they did, I really like the direction that they're going in. I really like the direction that they be going in. I really like them trying to go after Zach Orr. I liked him as a linebacker coach in Baltimore. He actually was somebody that I think a couple years ago that when Dallas was looking for a defensive coordinator, I was like, they should kick the tires on Zach Orr. It was also the Seattle coach who ended up being the head coach. I looked at that Baltimore team a couple years ago when they had Patrick Queen and they had Roquan. And I was just like, you might have to pluck a defensive coordinator from that staff. You know what I'm saying? So lead commander asked the question, what style of defense do I think that CP will bring? I think he'll bring a Vic Fangio type of style, but I think that the Cowboys are going to flirt with the 3-4, which was going to be my next segment. But they're looking at a lot of 3-4 type coaches right now. So I like it because it shows direction, right? It shows direction like the Cowboys did with offense last year, which lets me know that this has shoddy written all over it. Joseph Sandberg says multiple. Absolutely. I mean, if you look at it, everybody's in multiple these days. Everybody's in multiple. So it'll probably be multiple for sure. But I think you got to try and find a way to get all of your money guys on the field at the same time or to where they get a lot of snaps. And I think that your base 3-4 or maybe 4-3 under allows you to get all of those guys out there, all of the guys that you want to invest in. You're spending $20+ million for Osa a year, for Kenny Clark, and now Quentin Williams. And then you just drafted Donovan Ezeraku. I think your best bet to get them all on the field is 3-4, 4-3 under. So I like the direction that they're going in. Right. I like the direction, which leads me to the next segment, which is shifting to a 3-4. With that being said, though, I did some digging and I looked at, because ultimately you're like, man, in order to have a successful 3-4, you need a nose tackle. You need an effective nose. You need a Casey Hampton type. You need a fat boy. Fat boy in a little coat. You need a fat boy in a little coat. Right? So when I looked at it, the Cowboys do have somebody who could play zero technique or shade in the scheme. They have Jay Toia. He did that a lot at UCLA. And if you go back and watch my tape on him last year, his draft film that I did on him, he'll get another year. He'll get a true direction of what it is that he needs to do. And I think that he could be a player for the Cowboys, even in rotation. Even in rotation. You know what I'm saying? Don't count out Jay Toia. I'm saying it now. You know what I'm saying? Last year took his lumps, but this scheme and what they're going to look to do, plus with the guys that he's learning from, the guys that are in front of him, Jay Toia is a big dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me look and see what his size is. He is, I think they got him at 6'2". Let's see what they got him. 6'2", 342. That's about the size you need. Also, you know, in the draft, Senior Bowl, stuff like that, you got a couple guys out there that you can be looking at to possibly bolster the defense. You know what I'm saying? Like edges. I really like what I've been seeing from TJ Parker at the Senior Bowl. Lee Hunter. I like what I've seen from Lee Hunter. A couple of guys coming off the edge. I think that I will want TJ Parker. I kind of think he could be versatile in the scheme. But I do think you're going to have to find a partner for Donovan Ezeraku on the other side, a young guy. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't tell me not to bring back Clowney or not to bring back a Fowler. But I do think that you would also need another young stud on the edge on the other side. Ice Cold Cowboy said, that's a lot of burritos. That's hilarious. Lee Commander says Micah was the best chance to run the 3-4 defense. I agree. I thought they should have done the 3-4 when Micah was there, but they didn't. So, you know, they made their choice. They made the choice, so they got to live with it. And you just got to kind of build. Like, I talked about this with earlier on in the show. You got to be able to rebuild and to follow whatever direction you put in place. With Micah in Dallas, there was no direction. Micah was covering for a lot, but there was no true direction on defense. I honestly can't tell you the last time there was a true direction on defense. Dan Quinn, his whole time, he was by the seat of his pants. It was based on how they can get back after the quarterback, but there was no real direction. With Wade Phillips, I think there was a real direction on defense with the 3-4. You know what I'm saying? I do think there was. But that's where it stops. Bill Parcells, I think there was a true direction. But right now, I don't think between going in the past for that and then until now that there had been a true direction on defense. You know what I'm saying? So if they make a shift, if they make this shift that we're talking about right now, there's a true direction and you're gonna have to go get groceries to fit it. That's why I've been asking for Dallas to switch to the 3-4 because it gives you a clear direction. It gives you a clear direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go build for it. You got to go get types of players to fit that. You got to go get types of players to fit that. There's no more of this tweener crap. The only tweeners that you should really be getting are DBs. As far as defensive linemen, you should have you can go multiple, but you should have a fit of what it means to be this type of player. Like, if you, for example, look at the Ravens. Even though the Ravens defense wasn't as good last year, even though the Ravens didn't finish like they didn't, they dealt with injury. You can go in the draft and say that's a Ravens type of player. That's a Pittsburgh type of player. For Dallas, the type of player that Dallas has been, that's a Dallas type of player, is the small school guy with the story. You know what I'm saying? The small school guy with the story. On the defensive side of the ball, they have not invested in a clear direction. It's just been a rotational door of DCs coming in and you trying to keep the same people. And, you know what I'm saying? You didn't even hire within. You didn't even have coaches within that were developed enough to take over for when DQ left. So that's actually why I like the Christian Parker hire, because you get a young guy who's not anywhere close to being a head coach, and you give him a little bit of rope to build whatever direction that he sees. So I'm going to open it up. Since we don't have any super chats, we're going to open it up for the live Q&A, right? Because I've been doing a lot of yapping. And I want to hear from you guys. I want to interact with you guys. I want to hear from you. So for the people that are here, you know what I'm saying? It's your opportunity to ask me anything or ask anything that you guys see or want. You know what I'm saying? Let me throw a little bit of music on for y'all. Throw a little bit of music on for the Q&A. I know y'all got some questions out there for your boy. Y'all don't just want to see me sitting here. Okay. Got you. Okay. JV boy. What a BPA is offensive tackle? Excellent question. Excellent question, JV. I think you got to consider it. Especially, like, I think for me, there's only one of the guys right now that I would take with one of the first picks, and that's Francis. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Francis. Let me see. Miami tackle. I'm going to look it up and try my best. Francis Magoya. I'm going to get it. I promise y'all. But I think because he's played over 2,000 snaps at right tackle, and I think that you can save some money with Steele. I think the Miami right tackle is a plug and play. You don't got to worry about that for years. I honestly think he's probably better than Steele right now. He might not be as good in the run game, but you're getting somebody that you don't have to swap anywhere. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys typically like to draft somebody that's a left tackle and move him to guard, or a left guard and move him to right guard. You just plug and play and put the guy on the right tackle. That's the only tackle that if he's BPA that I would take. Lead Commander says, DMV, will CP or Durante attack the QB aggressively more? It's hard to tell. Now, what I will tell you is that Durante in Minnesota, which I really like Durante as a candidate when he was in Dallas as a candidate, they're gonna show a lot of looks. They're gonna give you a lot of looks at the line of scrimmage, and I think that that'll allow quarterbacks to maybe hitch or think a little bit more. So both of them are back in defensive coordinators, so it's really hard to tell that right now. But I guess we'll be able to tell over the next couple of months when free agency hits and when they draft. But excellent question. Ice Cold Cowboy, first pick in the draft. Who are you taking, DMV? For the Cowboys or just in general? Because I think they need to go corner. If they stay pat at 12, I think they need to go corner. I'm not afraid to take McCoy. I'm going to say that right now. I'm not afraid to take McCoy. I think McCoy is exactly what they need. A lot of people like Mansour Delane. I'm not opposed to that either. I like McCoy a little bit better. I think his technique's a little bit better. He's 20 months removed from the injury. If he can show that he's fresh, which I've seen drills, and if you go check out my draft video on McCoy, I actually got footage of him post-surgery getting ready to come back this year for the Volunteers. I think he's more than ready. Personally, I think he's more than ready. So I think they got to go corner, though. That's just me. Or linebacker. Corner or linebacker. If Sonny Styles is sitting right there, you got to take him. I don't think Caleb Downs is going to fall, but Caleb Downs will probably be my number one pick in the entire draft, and probably Ruben Bank. Sandberg says, what type of ball, probably off-ball backer, work prospect would be best for our defense? Tug says he likes Anthony Hill. I probably would go CJ Allen. But I gotta do some more studying on linebackers, though. And I trust Tug's word. I do. It's just that the Cowboys don't have a second-round pick. And you got to go based on value. And if it's staring you in the face at 12, you don't want to risk not having a linebacker. You don't want to risk not having a linebacker. Okay. If Caleb Downs or Sonny Styles fell to y'all 12, you taking, Caleb Downs. My man said, I don't care about other teams. I'm talking about the Cowboys. Yeah, I feel like I answered the question for you, though. He said, F the Raiders. F the Raiders. The Raiders. Yeah, corner, ice cold. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Any more questions out there, man? I definitely enjoyed these questions. These are really good questions, man. Really good questions. I have a question for the chat. I have a question for you guys. Who do you all want in free agency? That's a question. Because I was talking to my guy, Set It Off, Chris. I was talking to Set It Off Chris, and we were talking about possibly getting Nakobe Dean at linebacker. I think Nakobe Dean would be an excellent fit for the style that Christian Parker wants to implement. I think Nakobe Dean, he's also 25 years old. 2 years ago, before his injury, he put up a really good year at linebacker. He was just getting back last year. I think he played in 10 games, started 8 of them, had 55 tackles. I think Nakobe Dean would be the perfect person to put next to whoever the young linebacker is that's going to come into Dallas. Let me see. JV Boy said Eric Stokes. Okay. Trey Hendrickson, Quincy Williams. Okay. All right. I like it. I like it. Joseph Sandberg said Reed Blankenship. Here's my thing about Reed Blankenship. Nah. For some odd reason, I don't know that it works in Dallas. I don't know why. I just have a gut feeling it don't work in Dallas. But he did well in Philly. All right, got a couple more questions. Joseph Sandberg asked, do you think the cornerback class is deep? Are you opposed to drafting the running back in the 4th round? I think that the corner class is only getting better as I'm seeing more prospects. Like the Senior Bowl, I know some of them are struggling, but there are some corners out there that have some traits that can help you. But I do think in the 1st round, to where the Cowboys should be looking, I do think it's deep. I love McCoy. I really like Delane. I'm not in love with Delane, but I really like him, and I need to see a little bit more. I love Avion Terrell. Between those three, I have no problem with the Cowboys taking any of them in the 1st round. And I think that all three of them offer them exactly what they need at the corner spot. As far as a running back, not opposed to taking one in round 4, depending on who it is. I'm not even opposed to the Cowboys taking Jeremiah Love at 12 if he's sitting there. I'm not even opposed to the Cowboys taking Jeremiah Love at 12. Yeah, I said it. It is what it is. That's the only running back, though, in this draft that I think could be a 1st rounder. I don't think anybody else is. I like the running backs on the back half. I like Kaleon Black, who's making a case for himself. I wish that Fletcher was coming out for Miami, but he's not. Okay. King Gresh, what's going on, man? Hey, shout out to you for coming on Cover 3 the other day. Man, you dropped a big bag over there, man. Drop me a big bag. Shoot, I need a big bag too. So, no, I'm just messing with you. Heard this earlier. If you can only choose one, would you rather the Cowboys have a better draft or better free agency? Better free agency. They got to nail free agency. I think, for the most part, they're going to have their principles with the draft. If they could keep those same principles with the draft and add free agency on it, I think that's what's been missing in Dallas. So I would rather them nail free agency because they haven't nailed free agency in such a long time. And I think the last couple times that they really did, the Cowboys were good. So I think that I would rather them nail free agency. Lead commander. DMV, is Jerry giving up power or peeping through the keyhole, ready to stomp at any moment? He peeping through that. He peeping through that glory hole. Hold on, my bad. He peeping through that glory. My bad, y'all. Hold on, let me text the lady. Lady was calling me. I wish Keywan Lacey would be older and ready for the draft. Better free agency frees up for a better draft. Absolutely. There you go, sir. There you go. See, it's been for a while that the Cowboys they are just not a player in free agency. And we're talking about premium free agency, not no damn Jack Sanborns. You know what I'm saying? Not no Kenneth Murray's. Both they ass is going to be on the street next year. We ain't talking about them. Okay. Hold on. My boy said, let me say what the Cash App is. All right, man. All right. I got you, bro. Y'all, everybody, if you in here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I got the Cash App too. Cash App actually hit a little bit better, man, to be honest with you. Snailborn. Yo. Oh, that's crazy. Yes, sir. Yeah, him, Kenneth Murray. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that damn list. I was talking to Set It Off earlier. Let me see if I can get him on the phone real fast for y'all. Let me see if I can get him on. I'm going to ask him that question too. See if I can get my boy on. Hold on. Y'all give me 1 second. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear. I hope he on. What's going on, man? Hey, I got you live. On the show, man. I got you live. I got to ask you a question. This is Set It Off Chris, everybody. All right. Let me turn this music down a little bit. Give me 1 sec, bro. Let me turn this music down. All right. So they asked, the chat asked this question.
Okay.
They said, would you rather the Cowboys nail the draft or would you rather them nail free agency?
Okay. So what would I rather them do?
Yes.
Or what I think they're going to do?
What would you rather them do?
Oh, okay. Oh, I would rather them nail free agency. Free agency because that's something they've never done. And it's they've never really done it.
I said the same thing.
They have never done it. And so show me there's a change in what they're doing and everything they've done with Shoddy, with culture and dealing with, him hiring the staff, the way he's doing with the Christian Parker, the new defensive coordinator and the guys he's doing. But nail free agency because free agency is the part of you evaluating who you are as a team and realizing the guys that you have aren't as good as other teams' players. The Cowboys have always been on this homegrown. We like our guys. And because they're in that vein, they've missed out on getting good players from other places to add to this and expand it. So that's never hurt them when they turn around and get people that go out and they go out and play productive elsewhere. The NFL is scattered with former Dallas Cowboys that go places and produce very well. You got the Dalton Schultz, you got the Jordan Lewis's, you got, right now DeMarcus Lawrence about to get into go to the Super Bowl. So they have players there, but they never bring in a collective from the outside to give these other guys a little bit about friction,
Okay.
So they can, hey, I came from here, did this, and let's take this thing to the next level. So I would love for them this year with 17 free agents on the market and like maybe outside of Aubrey, I can't name one of those guys that I gotta have back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were talking. And I answered this question. Hold on, let me see what Big Game James said. I'm gonna read off the list of free agents that the Cowboys have.
Yo, shout out to Big Game James, my guy, my dude. I know he out here working and probably stopping somewhere in between answering in on the live that you're on. Because I saw your live come up and I was like, if I get over here, I'm not gonna get done what I got to get done today.
Oh yeah. Facts.
So shout out to Big Game.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you too long, bro. That's
okay. Yeah, I got you. I'm with you, bro.
All right, so the defensive free agent. We're gonna play a little game of Pop the Balloon. I know Tuck pulled it up the other day.
We popping balloons out in these streets?
We gonna pop the balloon in these streets. Okay. Hey, and also too, interactive with the people in the chat too. All right, okay. Y'all pop the balloon too. Number one, we got Kenneth Murray.
Pop Man, I wouldn't even blow a balloon up for him. Why we even blowing? We not. Hey man, listen. It's hard times. People trying to, got high prices of gas and all the other stuff going. Man, I'm not wasting no balloon and no air on Kenneth Murray. Next,
Donovan Wilson. I already know the answer to that.
Hey man, come on, bro. Stop it, man. Stop it. Hey, okay. All right. Hey man, go down to the list of the folks that we don't need to pop no balloon. Donovan Wilson, Kenneth Murray. Who else we got on there?
Jack Sanborn. Pop.
Come on, bro. Come on, dog.
Pop.
We doing this, man. Come on, man.
Dante Fowler Jr.
Yeah, I'll let Dante go too. Because, and this is my reasoning behind it. And, a shameless plug, we did this on Frankly Football with me and my man Brandon. What Fowler is, he's a complimentary pass rusher. So he needs to be to the point where there are two other pass rushers. Case in point, when Dallas, when DeMarcus Warren and Micah Parsons was there, then you could say the adage we always like to go with is say, hey, Dante Fowler can roll out of bed and get 8 sacks. But when he has to be the guy, the lead dog, the person that's setting the table, he's not good at that. But he's definitely good to come in. So I can let Dante Fowler go.
Jadeveon Clowney.
I bring Jadeveon Clowney back. I would bring him back.
You get to keep your balloon, sir.
Jadeveon gets to keep his balloon. But here's the other thing. But it does not stop me from going out and looking for better.
Absolutely. Sam Williams.
Younger. I keep Sam.
Okay.
Because I keep Sam Williams. I keep Sam Williams because I can use him kind of in that stand-up role outside, offside defensive end, opposite of
You know what? If they go to the 3-4, you might be able to put Sam down.
Right.
Yeah.
I might, but I could also put him as that strong side defense. But I give credit to that adage and that mindset and that thinking to you guys at Cover 3 with you and CFT, Jay Tuck, and yourself. Y'all were talking about that the other night. When y'all said it, I thought y'all was on that good, and y'all didn't invite me over to get some. But when I started thinking about it, you're right.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you just said that now, I was like, you know what? I think he put his hand down at Ole Miss in the 3-4. Oh.
Yeah, he was kind of he was like a stand-up. He was a stand-up guy and did a lot of stand-up stuff at Ole Miss. That's why he led the SEC in sacks that year, and that was the reason why they thought he could be a Michael Cologne.
But he also put his hand down too, though. He put his hand down there too.
Okay.
So
who else you got? So I'm bringing Sam. I'm bringing Jadeveon Clowney.
CJ Goodwin.
Bye, CJ. I don't need anybody who cannot play another position. I don't need a single solitary guy that the only thing he does is play special teams. People listen, I would run down and play special teams in the NFL. Dude, I would.
Yeah.
So come on, bro. I need you to be able to do something else outside of that. If he can't be a wide receiver or a cornerback or a guy put it on something, I don't need him to be a special team ace.
Yeah, especially when your special teams ain't good.
Come on. When they're god awful. Right. So no, I don't need him. Go ahead.
Wanye Thomas.
I'm bringing Wanye back because I need Wanye in my safety room because I've got to come get some.
I don't know that you could bring him back. I don't know if he want to come back.
I mean, if he wants to come back, I'm gonna give him a fair offer and deal because in my safety room I'm limited.
Uh-huh.
I'm very limited in my safety room. I don't know the reason why he didn't play a lot last year outside of injury because he did say he had migraines last year, which is a huge issue. And so I would bring Wanye back, find out what's going on with the migraines, that situation, and bring him back and play because I need to have somebody in my safety room. So I would bring Wanye back.
Josh Butler,
we don't know what it was. Josh Butler said he was ready to go week 6, ready to go play, to be a piece of my secondary. So I don't have a problem with Josh Butler coming in being a special teams guy because I know he can line up and play corner in a pinch.
Reddy Stewart.
Who?
There you go.
Oh, number 27. Right? Yeah, who? The number 27, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's my job to bounce. It's my job to bounce him. I don't think you got to sign. I don't think that's priority. It's my job to replace.
I mean, dude, I saw him make 1 or 2 plays, man. I can get better. I can get better. Go ahead.
Yeah, I did like Butler though. He did step in.
Yeah.
Like Butler. Like honestly, I'm taking Butler, and that's probably where. And honestly, we ain't talking about nothing crazy. Like, hey, you want to come back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You want to test the market? See you later.
Yeah. I'm like, test the market. If he tests the market, he find money elsewhere. Fine. If he don't, hey, I'll bring him back and make him do his thing. Yeah, without question.
Okay, last question I got for you before I let you go. I ain't gonna try and get you in trouble too bad. I promise I'm not gonna try and get you in trouble too bad.
I know where you going. So go ahead and get with it.
Mansour Delane versus McCoy. I just need you to tell the people who you would rather have and why.
Oh gosh. Okay. I would rather take McCoy. Okay. And here's my adage with it. Mansour Delane, I know personally, I know from his play. And I'm probably not the right person. I'm just telling you from what I said. When you saw everybody's like, oh, Mansour Delane's this, that, and the third, because of the 1 year that you saw him at LSU. I would ask anybody to take the time and go back and look at his junior tape. Go back and look at his junior tape and the games I'm going to have you go look at. I want you to go look at the Vanderbilt tape. I want you to go look at the Georgia Tech tape. I want you to go look at the Syracuse tape. Okay? Go look at those games. And understand in that situation, that football team, the Virginia Tech football team that year was a preseason team to be in the CFP, to win the ACC, and to make a strong challenge from that. And that team lost 6 games. And of those 6 games, most of them were 1-score games. So, and if you turn around and if you look at the preseason of his junior year, it was him and the young man that plays for the Buffalo Bills, Dorian Strong. Those guys were, and Mansour was rated higher. He was rated higher than Dorian Strong. Like when you look at the ACC, Mansour was rated higher. So
I don't know how, but yeah, I'm listening. I don't know how, but I'm listening.
But he was because Mansour had shown flashes of being that guy. So you turn around and go in there. So what ends up happening is the end of the year, things come out. And if you go look at those 4 games, if anybody takes the time to just go look at those games over his junior year, you'll see a drastically different player from his junior year to his senior year. So most people going to say, yo, Chris, so man, people develop, people grow. Correction. When you're the lead guy, you're the guy that sets the tone in the room. And the tone in the room changed his junior year. That when he went down to LSU, he was surrounded by guys that were able to get on the field, who were going to get the opportunity to get on the field. And that was not the same thing for him at Virginia Tech. So because of that, because there was an opportunity for him to be set, then he was far more disciplined, and they played him in a totally different style. So y'all saying, so Chris, what that mean? Because if he comes to Dallas, right, he's going to be the guy. There will be beyond reproach that he is the guy. There's no chance of him being sacked. There's no chance of him not being the guy. And I'm just saying, I'm looking at the McCoy kid. And the reason I'm saying I'm looking at the McCoy kid, he's bigger. I think he's somewhat bigger. But the thing about his junior tape was exceptional. Without the injury from him, he comes out that year and he's definitely a top 100 pick. You'd be more excited about McCoy than you would be Rebel in that situation. He will be 20 months removed from that injury. Me being to the point that, when I look at people with the leg injury, and I've said this before with me and Brandon on Franklin Football, there's only one guy who's dealt with adamantium that turned around, and he turned around in 12 months and came right back. That's the difference. It's a 12 to 18 month injury, because not only do you can get back in 9, 10, 12 months to doing normal things that normal people do, like walking to the grocery store, pumping gas, and you can do stuff like that. But playing at a high elite level backwards takes a lot of time for that to get. So it takes 12 to 18 to 20 months to get back. So I'm a fan of McCoy. Not saying Mansour is not a good player. Not saying he's not an NFL player. I just know when he's got to be the lead guy, from when I saw him, he wasn't that guy. And that's just me.
Gotcha. Appreciate King Gresh for the $10 cash app, bro. I had to bring that comment back. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah. So everything you're saying, I agree with everything you said, and that's why I got Mansour I got him at 1B. I got McCoy at 1A. If it's apples to apples, healthy, both of them standing and staring at each other, I think it's McCoy.
Absolutely.
Right. No question.
And people in the chat, just go back and look at those 4 games. You can find them readily.
Can you say them again? Game. Vanderbilt. Oh my God, hey, Pavia tore them up that day too. I remember that. Short King went off.
Hey, listen. You go back and look at those games. You looked at them. The Vanderbilt game, Skinner had the best game of the season. The Syracuse game, I don't even know who that kid is. That was the best game of that was his career game. You turn around in the Duke game, the dude from Duke had the greatest first half in damn near ACC history. I think he almost went for 200 yards in the first half. Okay? And the Georgia Tech game, it was a rock fight, and we could have ended it sooner had just been disciplined. So just go look at those games and do your own research, do your own homework. Do your own homework to see. The reason I know about that with him is because I had to live it. I had to see it, and I watched it. And so I'm a little bit closer than other people think. So not saying he's not an NFL caliber player. I'm just saying if I'm comparing those two guys, I'm gonna take McCoy.
You also got him as a first rounder, right? You got Delane as a first rounder. You got him a first round grade.
First round grade. Okay, I'm different because the 21st pick is a first round grade.
Okay.
The 25th pick is the first round grade. So I only got like 17 first round guys.
That's about normal.
I think he's maybe the 18th, 19th player for me.
Okay, so you got a 2 on him. You got a 2 on him?
Yeah, I got a 2 on him.
Okay.
I got a good 2. Yeah, I got a 2.
Understood. Like to me, and here's look, I like Avion Terrell a lot. I like Avion Terrell. I might even like him a little bit. I like his technique better than Delane's. What I like about Delane is his big playability, but he's a better athlete than the guys we talking about, in my opinion, as far as twitchiness and stuff like that. Like he's gonna make big plays.
Yeah. He's gonna make plays on the ball. He's gonna make plays, but I just like McCoy a little bit better.
Nah, understood, bro. Hey man, I appreciate you, bro. Look, me and this guy, we talk football all the time. We just finished talking before I went on, and I had a work meeting, but I was like, let me go on live for a little bit and talk to the people. You know what I'm saying? Let me go on live.
No doubt, man.
But yeah, appreciate you, bro, man. We gonna wrap.
No doubt, man. Anytime, man.
Oh.
Hey, y'all keep rocking with my man DMV, man. He's always gonna put out the dopest content. He's gonna give you everything he's got, man. But more importantly, man, he's gonna interact with you. So, man, thank you. Hey, man, just I'm the fly, man. And anytime you need me, you know I got you, bro.
Tell the people where they can find you and what days of the week y'all go.
Yo, man, I am the sidekick at Frankly Football, my man Brandon. Like I always say, I'm the dude at the gas station got a cup and say, I'll shut up if you put a buck in my cup. But Brandon's really the brains behind it, man. I just rock with him, man. But we are at Frankly Football, man. You can find us in these YouTube streets, man. We've done content with DMV. We did with Big Game James. We kind of like, we everybody's homeboy that we're allowed to come over because we always bring chips and salsa.
Yeah.
So find us out on YouTube, man, and we definitely love for y'all to come and watch us, kick it with us, and go from there. That's where you can find me at, bro.
Absolutely. Look, I look at y'all as I think every city that makes comedians, they have the comedy store. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all are the Cowboy store when it come down to it. You know what I mean? Y'all are the Cowboy store where y'all are going to talk about the real football issues. And for people that need to work out their material and all that type of stuff, and you just need to get back into the fold, you go to Frankly Football if you need to get caught up on anything that's in the weeds. Because I know my guy B over there, be always working, bro, all the time.
Yeah, man. He just hit me a few minutes ago. Yo, like, man, when we working tonight? So I gotta get back to him, man. But definitely check us out at Franklin Football. Whenever you need me, dog, let me know.
All right, man. Appreciate you, dog.
Anytime, dog.
Peace. All right, yeah, that was my guy. Set it off, bro. Set it off. One of the most respectable people in these streets. Like your favorite content creators, they definitely rock with Frankly Football. Actually, that's I want to say maybe the first time me, Rome, and Tuck did content together. We were on Sky's show. So he had the Around the Cowboys, and that's where I met those guys. But where we became tight, we all did work on Frankly Football as well. We did work on Frankly Football, and you know what I'm saying, it was a vibe over there. So definitely go over there, and they do very, very good work. I know that B, he got a lot of tape. He do draft. And they're coming out with their lists and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm telling y'all, Frankly Football is it. The issue with them is at a certain point they stopped doing content, but now they back. So y'all make sure y'all go sub up to Frankly Football for sure. And yeah. Ice Cold Cowboy, you've been rocking with me the whole day, bro. Salute to you, man. You know, salute to you. You know, what I'm gonna start doing moving forward, I think I'm gonna have a fan of the show. You know what I mean? And you know who interacts the most. And I feel like between Joseph Sandberg, Ice Cold Cowboy, and my guy JV, y'all been fighting for the throne. But I think moving forward, I'm not gonna do it today because it's not fair. But you guys have been rocking out with your boy. I appreciate y'all, man. And look, had a hell of a show today. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. You know, I just wanted to be able to talk to the people in the streets. I'm going to be doing this a lot more. I want to be able to interact with people. I want to be able to interact with the community, people who want to talk football. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of it, man. For any inquiries or anything like that, you know what I'm saying, hit me at dmvdallascowboys@gmail.com. Y'all also let me know too on the replay of this, or you know, in the comment section right now, if you guys want me to open up a phone line, you know what I'm saying, because I will put a link in there too. I'll put a link in there too. Like I've done that before. I did that last time, and Keystone popped in. But I wanted to deal directly with the fan base, the people that really want to be here. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody, man. I really do. I do. But now, man, I got to get back to work because I done took too long of a lunch break, and they probably like, where is he at? Where is he at? But look, appreciate y'all, man. Throw some deuces in the chat. Throw some peace signs up for your boy on the way out. Throw some peace signs on. Joseph Sandberg says, am I going live during the Senior Bowl? Probably not today because I got to work. Probably not today, but I'll definitely probably be talking about some stuff. Maybe I'll go live, maybe after and stuff like that. Yeah, I got to go make that money, man. Got to go make that money. Absolutely. But appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Throw them peace signs up. And let me see if I got an intro for y'all or outro. Let's see if I got an outro for y'all, man. See what we got. I'll throw my Cowboys outro on for y'all, and we gonna get up out of here, man. Throw them peace signs up. We out. Peace.
I can't feel the pain. I'm numb.
Damn, no more say. Oh,
keep it real and stay 100 through the rain. I can feel it, something missing from your face. So keep it real and stay 100 in your veins. Put me in these boxes, still I'm trying to break away. I just roll it up and down some liquor for my pain. Thoughts inside my head, it's nightmares instead of some dreams. I've been trying to hold on to everything from the seams. Try to get it by any means. There's no accepting defeat with all this pressure that's on me. Trusting whenever I breathe, cause everything is on me. If everybody is down, I gotta pick up all the pieces. Yeah, I can't fall, cause I do it for my dog, so she can make it fall. Ain't worry about your comments, cause I believe in karma. No time for your bullshit or any